All right, guys. Hey, take your headset off for a second. Let me just give me a couple minutes before we do this PowerPoint presentation. The question was, why do we have to learn this stuff? It's a good question, because I was thinking the same stuff. I really was. And then I answered, "What do you want?" I asked, "What do you want to do?" And she said, "Be a nurse." You're gonna need to know a lot of PowerPoint, because that's how they're gonna teach you to be a nurse. But your thing was history. You're right. Your job being a nurse, you probably don't need to know too much stuff about Napoleon and the Civil War, being a nurse. But this is a way that it was explained to me, and maybe this will help, maybe it won't. But just real quick. All right, you have the President of the United States, and you have someone that goes around and collects aluminum cans so they can be recycled. And everyone's given a number. And you want the President to be a 10. That's the highest number. The guy getting aluminum cans, you don't want a 10. You don't want a brilliant, smart, compassionate leader going around picking up aluminum cans. So he's a 1, okay? So, I mean, do you guys agree that 10 should be CEOs, the great people leading this country, and 1 should be the ones out there going fishing so that we have tuna to eat and all that? All right. So, would you guys agree that if we could put a number over everybody, we'd find a much better, more effective way of getting jobs? If you're an 8, I'd want you to be a nurse. But if you're a 2, I don't know if I'd want you working on me when I cut myself. Especially if you're texting while you're doing surgery on me. What are you doing?
I'm not texting. I was scratching my leg before
Okay. Sorry.
I
You're the one. This is about you. But, so, if we put a number over someone, 10, 8, I want the nurses to be 8. I want the firefighters to be 7s. I want the cops to be 7s. I want the principal here to be a 9 or a 10. I want the teachers to be 7 and 8s. You know, the people out there cutting grass, they probably don't have to be 7 or 8s. But those numbers above their heads, they're there. They're really there. It's just, we don't make up numbers. It's called grades. It's called getting an A in history. Someone could have come up a whole different way to getting jobs and making money. It could have been by who lifts the most weight. You know, the president just happened to be the strongest guy, and he lifted more weight than this guy, so he's the president. Well, we didn't do that. We made up stuff called history and spelling and math and from the beginning of time. It's just a way to grade people. It's a way to put a 10 over someone's head so we know they can be an effective leader and be the president or be a nurse. It's just being a nurse it's almost harder, believe it or not. But I don't know about history. I told you, it's just a better way to get a better education out of here, go to a college, get a scholarship, get a better job. That's why you study history. PowerPoint, because you will use PowerPoint, and that's what we're about to get into next. You guys, yes sir. I was all excited you're going to ask me a question and you're getting fired up, but at least it's dealing with football, which I respect. So I wasn't aware if they have permission to go, I guess, for JV football.
Yeah, guys, if y'all need to go. Say 6:15.
We gotta leave.
You guys are missing some good stuff. Y'all go do good on football, but
Okay, guys, let's go.
I hope y'all can get as good a job as these guys do once they learn this PowerPoint stuff. Good luck, y'all. All right, hey, can you guys go ahead and everyone pull up PowerPoint right now? Can you guys recall what we did last, was it Friday? Thursday? Last Friday, what were you guys dealing with PowerPoint?
Make a slideshow.
Making shapes.
Making shapes. Put pictures of them.
And let me go ahead and pull up PowerPoint. What is this portion called right here that I'm running the arrow on?
Paper.
The ribbon. You know the ribbons on the top, it's underneath the tabs. Each one of these are tabs. When you click on it, it looks just like a little tab in your folders. And then that's the ribbon. And get to know ribbon because that's where everything's going to be off of. If you ever come to a portion in the book or instruction that says do this, do that, and you're like, I can't find it, I promise you it's in the ribbon or in the tabs. And the best case is they have a little help button where you can find absolutely anything. So how would you go to insert shapes?
Go to insert.
So it's pretty self-explanatory, right? Now what if you put a shape and you want to change the color? Where would you go? You can right-click it. Cool thing about PowerPoint is there's always 2 or 3 methods that you can do things. Or you can go to the ribbon. Yeah, that too. But this format button, I am just too big for this. This format button, whenever you're dealing with a picture, a shape, anything, and you have to change something on it, that format is going to be the tab that we go to. And you can see under it's drawing tools. So these do several different things, but whenever we're dealing with something we've already put into the presentation, that's going to be one of the main tabs you go to. And as you become more familiar with PowerPoint, I promise you this will become second nature to you, and it'll be very easy. That's why it's important that we pay attention now for the building block stages to where the next steps and the next presentations are a lot easier and you know it. Alright, so everyone open your book up to page lesson 4142. It's also page 118. And everyone do this exercise with me, and it's page 118, lesson 41-42. All right, last week, your teacher said something really interesting. It was really neat. I want to see if any of y'all can remember it. If you wanted to insert a animated clip art, how do you go and just find the animated clip art?
Go to insert, then under illustrations.
Go ahead and do it. I'm watching too. Do it up there. Sir, go ahead and do it. I'll see. Play football too. What are you going to do next? You're right there.
You click what you want.
You did it? So you just click, just keep the clip art clicked, and then when you do the search, it only shows that. So you don't have to go through all the different types of clip arts because there's a lot. All right, so following this this instructions gets a little complicated, so I'm gonna go with it, do it with you. I'm sorry if I'm not doing a good job filming this, but the first thing is to change the design. So someone walk me through that.
Go to design.
Go to the design, correct? What design does it what design does it tell you to do?
This one with the
Test the field stationary.
That's the best way to do it, is look at what it looks like and try to find that, because sometimes PowerPoint's slow and it takes you a while for those words to come up. All right, very good. All right, the next step is to choose the title and content layout. Sometimes at the beginning of the presentation you can do it, but this is the best way to do it, because what you have is not the correct one, I don't believe. So how would you pull up this format of the title and content layout? Go to you see right here on the home page. Home page on layout. I am in this way again. You see there, and then title and content. It's right there. So if you only need a title, or if you want one with 2 pictures or graphs, this is where you go. Just right here on the home page next to new slide. So go to the layout, and pick the right one that the book tells you to do. Alright, the next one is to change the background color. You can do, you can change the textile. How do you guys do that?
What?
Change the background color?
Change the background color, correct. Okay.
Format background.
Do it. Right-clicking can almost do anything in PowerPoint. The other way, go ahead and close out of that, and we'll just show you the other way, just so you know there's different ways. Go to that, where's yours at? Go to Design. If you go to Design, you'll see it too in the upper right corner in the ribbon. You guys see here? Go to Background Styles. You can get the different background colors. Now go to Format Background and go to Texture, because it wants you to change your texture, correct? It wants you to change your texture to stationary, so everyone go ahead and do that. Change it to stationary. Yes, apply all. So go to Texture, find the stationary. Should be on the left side, like a light brown marble. Apply it all. Huh? If that goes for you on this assignment, sure. All right. So now the next thing we need to do is make this slide look like this picture, and it really doesn't tell you how to do it. I'm assuming these are the things that you learned last week. So I'm gonna stand here and watch you guys make these shapes and designs. And as you're doing it, I want to give you guys some hints and some clues how to perform this in an easier manner. Do you guys all know how to cut and paste? Copy and paste? Probably copying would be better. So I want to see this slide on everyone's computer. We got a lot of work to do today. We got to do bar graphs. I mean, we have a lot to learn. Alright, so go ahead and make this slide look like the slide on your page. First thing we need to do is table, title, and context slide. Try to make that. Okay, the way to do it is to, of course, add the title. That's easy. So you go and add the title. The next thing you want to do is insert. You're going to want to insert a block. This is the easy way to do it, guys. Insert a block and an arrow in your clip art. I'm sorry, shapes. And notice that your box doesn't have the 4 90-degree corners. Pick the second box to the right. It's a little bit more rounded. We're going to try to make shapes that actually look like the material in the textbook. So all you got to do is click on one box, click on one arrow, then copy and paste those. Once you get them to the right size and shape, so at least they will be symmetrical to each other. Definitely not our PowerPoint slide. Okay, insert. Let's do the we gotta make the box. Go to insert and go to shapes. Shapes. Click on that box. Alright guys, follow with me. I'm going to do this. Everyone look up here. And if I get out of the light, that'd probably be better. Insert shapes. Pick that second box. Bring it out. Insert shape. Grab the arrow and bring it out. Notice my arrow's going the wrong way. So if your arrow's going the wrong way, just click on the arrow and you'll get the green rotation dot on the top. You guys with me? You're great. You get it? See what I like to do. Just paste. Know your Control Z buttons at all? Control C is copy, Control V is paste. Grab that. You guys know your control? You guys use control buttons? Control C copy, Control P paste. Those made my life so much easier when I found those out.